Hello, I'm Fred Barry and this is my presentation for nutrition and digestion. My student number is 149041127. There are 7 nutrients. They are carbohydrates, fats, water, protein, minerals, fibre and vitamins. Carbohydrates, fats and proteins are macronutrients. This means we need a lot of them because they help us grow. Vitamins and minerals are micronutrients. They help the body grow healthy, but we don't need as many of them. Carbohydrates are important because they are our first source of energy. This is because they're easy to break down. There are 2 types, which are complex and simple. Complex carbohydrates are slow burning. This means they take longer to break down. This would be suited for any long distance athlete because the energy lasts a longer period of time. Food sources include things such as pasta and rice. Simple carbohydrates are quick and easy to break down, meaning it gives almost instant energy. This is good for weightlifters because it gives energy quickly so they can contract quickly, give them the force they need. Food sources would include anything high in sugar, like fizzy drinks or jam. Overall, carbohydrates make up 50–60% of our diet. This can change depending on the athlete. There are 2 types of fats. These are unsaturated fats and saturated fats. Saturated fats come from animals in the form of butter, ice cream. These fats are bad for you as they increase your cholesterol level. Unsaturated fats are good because the body needs them to function correctly. You can find these within vegetables and fish. Fats have many roles including energy production, thermal regulation and structural material for cells and protection. Overall, fats should take up 30–35% of our diet. Proteins make up to 15% of our diet, but this can change depending on the athlete. The role of protein in the body is to help build up and repair muscles. This is good because someone can recover from exercise quicker. It is also our last energy source, however the body won't use it unless it's going into survival mode. This is where muscles will be broken down and used for energy for the body's vital organs. There are 2 types of amino acids. There is 8 essential amino acids. These cannot be made inside the body and therefore must be consumed. They come from foods such as eggs and red meats. Then there are 12 non-essential amino acids. These can be made within the body, therefore they do not have to be consumed. There are 2 types of protein. Complete protein, which is where all 20 amino acids in the food source, for example chicken, and incomplete protein. This is where not all 20 amino acids are in the food source, for example broccoli. This is a table of different vitamins. So if you start with vitamin A, it's a fat soluble. The function of this vitamin is it's good for sight and healthy skin. You get it from dark green vegetables and carrots. Without it, reduced night sight and you get dry and rough skin. Vitamin B is water soluble. The function is energy production. You get it from meat, milk and vegetables. Without it, loss of appetite and muscle cramps. Vitamin C is water soluble as well. The function is it's part of the immune system. You get it from fruits, for example oranges, and without it you get scurvy, which comes out bleeding gums. Vitamin D is a fat soluble. The function is it strengthens bones and assists with muscle contractions. The source you get it from egg and liver and also from the sun. Without it you have weak bones. Next is vitamin E. This is a fat soluble. It's function is to protect the cell walls. You get it from nuts and seeds, and without it you get nerve abnormalities. Last would be vitamin K, which is fat soluble as well. Assists with blood clotting, so without it, defective blood clotting, and the source would be through like milk and cabbage. Next is minerals. So first is zinc. This is the trace being in a very small amount. The function is it assists in carbon dioxide transport. You get it from foods such as cheese, and without it, reduce respiration. Calcium is next, and this is a macro mineral, meaning we have more of it. Function is muscle contraction and bone formation. You get it from milk, and without it, loss of muscle contraction and weak bones. Potassium is a macro mineral, meaning we have more of it. Its function is nerve impulses. You get it from food like bananas. Without it, reduce coordination. Sodium is also macro. Function is water balance. You get it from table salt. Without it, dehydration. Magnesium is a trace, I mean a small amount. Its function is reproductive functions. You get it from peanuts and kidney. Without it, reproductive failure. Last is iron. This is also trace. It helps with the formation of hemoglobin. You can get it from foods such as liver and eggs, and without it you get anemia. There are two types of fibre. First is soluble fibres, which dissolves in water. This is important because they prevent the uptake of nutrients, as well as control blood glucose levels and lowers cholesterol. Soluble fibres are found in products such as fruit, veg, oats. Insoluble fibres do not break down. These are important because they help prevent bowel disorder such as bowel cancer. These can be found within food like pasta and rice. Water is important because it prevents us from dehydrating. About 56% of humans' weight is water, therefore 6 to 8 cups of water is needed a day. The source of our water for humans would be, we get 1,200 millilitres from fluids, 1,000 from food, and metabolism provides 350 ml. Water has 3 functions in the body. These are to transport nutrients, to regulate the temperature of the body, and to help the passage of food through the digestive system. The body transports nutrients through the blood. Without water, our blood would be very thick, therefore blood flow would decrease, meaning nutrients wouldn't get around to the body as fast. This would cause a person to dehydrate if they don't drink enough water. Water helps keep the body at its optimum temperature of 37.5 degrees. This is important because it allows the organs to function correctly throughout the body. If the body does start to heat up, water will rise to the skin and evaporate off, cooling the body down, therefore preventing overheating. However, this could lead to a person dehydrating if a person does not keep drinking water. So here we have a long distance runner and a weightlifter, and we will look at how the 7 nutrients, how they use the 7 nutrients, how different it is in their diet because of the sports they play. So if you look at carbohydrates for the marathon runner, they need 70%. This needs to be high because they can have more complex carbohydrates which help them for long distance running because it burns energy slowly which will last longer, so the more the better. For a weightlifter, they need about 55%, not as much, but they will need lots of simple carbohydrates which gives them that explosive energy at the beginning which they need to lift the heavy weight. If you look at protein for the marathon runner, they will need about 15%, so not as much because it will increase their body mass which will slow them down in races. However, after races they will need to recover, so rebuilding their teared muscles, that's why they need 15%. And weightlifter only 25%. This needs to be high to rebuild and recover after lifting the heavy weights. Also, the more mass, the greater the power, which will improve their performance. For a marathon runner, only 15% of fat would be needed. This is a small amount, however, some are still needed to help the body thermal regulate and protect the vital organs. For a weightlifter, 20% or maybe even 25%, this is fat is needed. It's because it increases their weight of the athlete, therefore they have more power. Also, fat is important because it helps with thermal regulation and protects their vital organs. Looking at vitamins that are good for marathon runners, vitamin E is good because it keeps the nerves working effectively. Vitamin K is good for a marathon runner as well because it prevents their blood from clotting. For a weightlifter, vitamin D is good because it ensures they have energy and it prevents cramp. Vitamin D is good because it ensures bones are strong. Looking at minerals that would be good for a marathon runner, zinc is good because it assists with carbon dioxide transport, and sodium will be good because it helps the water balance, therefore the athlete won't dehydrate as much. Minerals for a weightlifter, calcium will be a good one because it ensures the muscle contract with more force as well provides stronger bones. Potassium would also be a good one because it helps improve and maintain coordination. Therefore, weights can be lifted at the same time. Fibre would be the same for both athletes. 18 grams of fibre is needed to ensure that both athletes have a healthy gut. Water is very important for a long distance runner because it keeps them hydrated and ensures blood can be pumped around the body quickly. On a rest day, about 6 to 8 cups, but if it comes to a race day, then 4 to 5 litres will be needed because of the amount they lose from sweating. For a weightlifter, water is important so it keeps the blood flow high, therefore the muscles that they have used can repair quicker. Therefore I'd say 3 to 4 litres of this will be needed when lifting weights so their body can function correctly. So this is a little game on the digestive system, and we'll go through the 11 parts. So the large intestine, this is where the chyme and fluids and indigestible products passes through. The products will be passed through and travel to the rectum. This is a mechanical process. And on the picture, it's here. The pancreas, this is where the digestive fluids are produced. And on the picture, it is here. Next is the rectum, and this is where the indigestible and waste products travel to leave the body. This is here. The anus, this is where the food waste product is removed from the body in the form of feces. This is the esophagus, this is where swallowed food passes through a tube, pushes food down in a wave-like motion. This is a mechanical digestion. The stomach, this is where the food tends to chime. Also, cells in the stomach line and release enzyme and hydrochloric acid with the stomach help break down the food. This is a chemical digestion. The duodenum, this is the tube that connects the small intestine to the stomach. This is used for passage for food. The mouth is where food is taken in, and it's mechanical because you chew it with teeth. However, an enzyme called amylase also helps break down the food, and this is a chemical digestion. Small intestine,